8. The 145 linen undergarments. Tut was buried with dozens of kilts and loincloths, but let's focus on the 145 pieces of sheer undergarments. That is enough underwear to go 3 straight years without washing. Clearly, the pharaoh was planning on an afterlife of strenuous activity, or he simply hated laundry as much as the rest of us. We have proof that the god king feared a wardrobe malfunction more than a curse. 7. The gold crocodile sandals. King Tut had dozens of shoes, but the most ridiculous were the gold-plated sandals, which he never wore. It was for the afterlife. We know he had foot issues, but these things look utterly impractical and extremely heavy. If there's a heaven for fashion critics, Tut is getting roasted for this choice. 6. A game of chance and fate. What do you do when you are immortal? You play board games. Tut was buried with several game boards for Senet, the ancient Egyptian game of chance and fate. It seems the pharaoh planned to spend his entire eternity rolling dice, playing alone, and likely arguing with the spectral version of his opponent about whether or not that move was legal. 5. The iron meteorite dagger. We all love a good flex, but King Tut's was cosmic. One of the daggers found wrapped around his mummy was made of iron that had literally fallen from space. It came from a meteorite. This wasn't even common in his time. It's the ancient equivalent of saying, yeah, my knife, it's not just regular metal, it's alien, bro. He brought extraterrestrial swagger into the afterlife. 4. The small army of servants. Pharaohs don't do manual labor. They don't farm fields or fix leaky roofs. That's why Tut was buried with hundreds of Shabti figures. These tiny wooden figurines were magical servants, each inscribed with a spell, ready to spring to life and perform any unpleasant chore the king needed in the afterlife. 3. King Tut's lost daughters. The tomb held 2 small, powerful finds. The 2 tiny mummies of King Tut's stillborn daughters. These highly emotional relics remind us that Tut was just a young man who suffered an unimaginable personal heartbreak. He didn't just pack treasure, he packed the only family he would ever know, ensuring they were part of his eternal journey. 2. The canopic shrine. They had to pull out his organs for mummification, the lungs, the liver, the stomach, and the intestines. But did they just toss them in a jar? No, they built the canopic shrine, a miniature, dazzling golden temple just to hold the 4 tiny jars containing his dried internal organs. It's the ancient equivalent of spending $1 million on a jewel-encrusted lunchbox for yesterday's leftovers. And 1. The gold death mask. And finally, the ultimate accessory. The death mask is solid gold, perfectly sculpted, and worth more than small countries. This wasn't packed next to him, it was placed directly over his head. Its sole purpose was to serve as the perfect, ideal face for his soul to recognize his body. This isn't just a mask, it's the most expensive, flawless, and eternal profile picture ever created. Tut was ready for his close-up forever. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.